Good morning, everyone, on this cold and kind of nasty day. It's is what it is. The weather outside is not that pleasant, and it's kind of overcast, and we're expecting mixed rain and snow all day into tomorrow, but not sticking, just precipitous. Hey Z, good morning. Corey Mano was first. Hey, Corey. Corey and AZ. Paul Hodges is not going to be with us this morning. He has another engagement. He's having coffee with 5 other women. Yeah, misty rain there too, huh, Corey? Yep, I get it. Yeah, so I thought I'd pop on here, see how things are going, and how if anybody wants to join, please do so. But if not, then we'll just stay a little while and chat a little bit and go from there. Monday morning's usually kind of slow anyway. I guess I'm just not that interesting. Yes, they went out to coffee, AZ. Several of the bus drivers. He indicated that they were going to go to coffee, and then he had to do he had another trip for the sign business. Yeah, when we get down to not much to talk about. Oh, here comes Justin. Good morning, Justin. How you doing? It's just a Monday morning kind of. Paul Hodges will not be joining us today. He's going to coffee with several female bus drivers that wanted to have coffee with him, and
yeah, well, you see what my day looks like.
Yeah, your day doesn't look much better than ours.
It's been raining nonstop pretty heavily since I got up this morning. I haven't been able to do anything because of it.
I see Uncle Bill had quite a show going last night.
I was in there for about 20, 30 minutes and I fell asleep.
Yeah, well, I knew it was way past the time we usually roll in, but
I usually pop in the first 20 minutes or so and say hi, but then I'm usually out.
Yeah, he had a nice turnout, and of course he kept showing your Budweiser commercial.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah, this one, it was just perfect. It was perfect.
I sent it to Donald while he was on the panel, and I saw him watch it. And he was freaking laughing.
Yep. But it's just kind of misty, rainy, dumpy weather here today. But
yeah, it doesn't look like it has any break in it at all, either.
It's cold. It's 40 degrees, and it feels like about 28.
It's nice here right now. It's only 68. But it doesn't look there's a single break in these clouds. They're just falling all the way down.
Right. Yeah, well, this is a big switch from our being up in the 70s, 60s, 70s now down into this kind of cold weather.
Can you look up the weather for my area? I'm just curious to see how big
Hang on a minute.
the storm is. So, like I said, this looks like one of those storms that's just going to linger all day. It doesn't seem to be moving at all.
What's your zip code?
33884.
I guess the best way for me to find it is just to back out, go down there to Florida, and zoom back in.
Yeah, it's going to be the middle of the state. So. Just look between Tampa and Orlando.
What lake is around you?
A whole bunch of them. There's like 30 different lakes around just in my area.
Are you near Highland Park or
Lakeland.
Lakeland? Wait a minute.
For Lakeland or
Kissimmee?
yeah, it's not that far from me. Just
Kissimmee?
that area.
Kissimmee is north of you, or
I think east of me. We're in the dead center of the state, so but I can't see where you're looking. So.
just a minute. You can't see the screen?
Now, are you sharing it?
Yeah.
Oh, there. Now I can see it. Oh yeah, that's right over top of me.
Okay, let me put it in motion for you.
What time is that at? Like when it clears up.
It starts at 7 a.m. right there.
Right.
There's 8 a.m. right now. 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock.
Okay. It's gonna be a minute.
Sarah, how you doing, Sarah?
What's up, Laura, Sarah, Quinn, David, Corey?
Hazy said he delayed coming in and Corey beat him in. He was waiting for little Amalora to be first. He wants to know where she's been. Laura says it's really lovely and sunny where she is in the UK. Quinn
We
says
needed the
it's
rain though.
cool and rainy.
We needed the rain in my area because everything's so dry right now. We haven't had much rain in the past 4 or 5 months. It's been very sparse.
There's the Teeny Martini Bar at 9, almost 9:10 in the morning. Not a lot going on. Some breakfast being served.
Don't look rainy down there, no.
Yeah, the tables out here on the patio they got water on top of them. The streets look damp, but I just think that those tables haven't been wiped since they opened. So probably rained and gone.
Morning.
What's up?
Hey, Mr. Ron
Morning.
and Mr.
Sorry,
Dave.
Dave.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, Dave. Justin.
How are you, Ron? Justin?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. Looks nice and sunny where Ron's at.
Yeah, it's I don't know, this car says 33 degrees. It's warmer than that out there. It's supposed to be a nice day, yeah. It's bright and sunny, and I think it's supposed to be a nice day. Oh,
Did by chance, Ron, I clicked the wrong button instead of making you co-host, made you host?
how would I know that?
Down on the bottom, you would have
No, you made David the host.
David.
How do
Yeah,
I do
click-
that?
I think
Click.
I saw co-host come up. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, so David, you want to hit participants down at the bottom of the screen?
Okay.
Click Paul's name, and it should pop up a menu and say make host.
On a phone, you said participants?
You're good. He got it. David got it.
Yep.
Nope.
Thanks, David.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm co-host, Paul.
Yep,
Yep,
that's
you're
what I
host.
want.
Yep.
I was getting ahead of myself.
Oh, have you heard from Lynn? How's she doing?
Not good.
No.
They've scheduled an appointment for her with a specialist the 15th of the month of May.
Still, they haven't been able to move that up.
Nope.
That sucks. Fucking
Yeah.
VA. Sorry. You know, it's bullshit.
Yes, it is.
You know, we have a thing out there in what I do is calling triage. And you take the most critical first. You know?
Right.
know what
Obviously,
they
they don't
need?
do that.
You know what
Go ahead.
they need to do, Ron?
It's that.
They need to get rid of the VA altogether and just give these frickin' veterans insurance and let them go wherever the hell they want to go.
Oh, I
And pay
know.
for it.
I know.
Get rid of the VA altogether. We don't need it. Give them full coverage, and they're allowed to go to whatever doctor they want to go to, and we pay for it.
Yeah.
Plain and
They're
simple.
such idiots. You know, my friend Dawn, they just the other day again, the lady who thinks she knows the world tried to tell him, well, you only need this many bottles of oxygen per month. And I said, he's an old guy, nicest guy in the world, but every once in a while he snaps. And he just said, who in the F are you? You think you effing know what I need? You know, he went off on her, you know. But it's these people that sit there and drive a desk, think they're experts. Maybe they were a clinician at one point in time in their life, but my boss is the same way. You know, he used to do exactly what I do, but he's been at a desk for about 10, 12 years now, and he's lost some reality. You know, he has a lot of good knowledge. I respect him, but he's lost some reality, and he's even admitted it, you know.
Well, you know, that'd be a great political platform coming up to an election period would be to say they're going to reform the VA and how well they take care of their patients.
Yeah.
I think they just need to get rid of it altogether and just give them full coverage insurance
That's what I
and
mean.
let them make their own decisions.
All they need is a panel of accountants to allow you to sign up for your benefits and to distribute the money. They don't need all the other stuff.
No. They just let the veterans pick what doctors and specialists they want to go to.
Yep.
And everything's covered regardless.
Yep.
Who they
I know one thing Dawn did tell her, Paul, is that she can go, like if she runs into a situation, she can go to an urgent care or ER X amount of times per year, but within so many days, she has to submit, I guess, that information or that bill or whatever it may be within so many days to the VA
Yeah.
in order for them to pay it.
Well, see, it's a double-edged sword in Lynn's case because she's got all the animals, and there's nobody there to take care of them.
Well, I think that was one of the things that wasn't Trump working on when he was in office. He was going to set it up to where they could pick outside doctors if they wanted to. I mean, at that point, like I said, you might as well just get rid of the VA because who the hell is going to want to go to the VA if they can pick their own doctor?
Yeah.
Why would you want to?
Yeah,
Why would you want to
just-
go through all the bureaucracy?
Think
It
about
is
what you
another
just said,
bureaucracy.
think about what you just said, Justin. There they are, VA employees, yeah, you put them out of work. They're federal employees. You put them out of work. God, you can't do that.
But they're medical specialists. They could just go into a private field. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
know, but
nurses,
the thing it is-
doctors.
But the problem you have is they've got a union just like anybody else, and if they were to be put out of business, they're thinking about their pension, they're thinking about their status, how many years of service and all that kind of stuff. It would be difficult to do. I'm just not saying it couldn't be done.
Well, that's what I'm saying is because we all know that hospitals and ambulance companies and all these, anything medical, they're always short-handed. So all these people wouldn't have an issue finding a job at a hospital there's plenty of openings around the country for medical staff. It's not like they would be out of work. I mean, there's plenty of job openings in the medical field. There's
That
always
there is.
shortage of nurses, especially nurses and doctors. There's always a shortage of those.
There's shortage of paramedics too, believe it or not.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like I said, every medical field, they're part of the medical
Yeah.
field. Whether you're a receptionist, it doesn't matter. They have a shortage everywhere. And like I said, all it would do is allow these people to integrate to the private field, and they probably would make more money, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of these people are doing this job because they love the veterans and they want to be there to help them. But unfortunately, that system just sucks.
It does.
Because I'm sure they're not making as much as a doctor at a private hospital by any means.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They're there because they want to be there, which I respect that. But at the same time, it's like that whole system needs to just go away and just give these people insurance like you do anybody else with Medicaid or Medicare or whatever. You make you make an insurance just for veterans, and you just give them full coverage insurance that covers anything they need, and they can pick and choose who they want to go to. And honestly, I think it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, you're probably right. I go to a lot of we go to transfer a lot of patients to the VA in Sturgis, and you go in there and it's like you can just walk in a room and feel and see the difference as opposed to a regular hospital.
Yeah,
And even Justin, like we have down in Hot Springs, that part-time job I have, we have a veterans home, it's almost like a retirement, almost like a nursing home type place. And oh my God, the idiots that they hire, and I said they hire people at low wages, and I think it's nurses or physicians sometimes that can't get jobs elsewhere. You know, I had a guy not long ago that we picked up at the veterans home that had chest pain, and in our line of work, we talk about what, you know, time is muscle. In other words, the longer that patient's having that chest pain, the more damage he's doing. It was 4 in the afternoon. It was 4 in the afternoon, and I asked the nurse. I said, "When did his chest pain start?" She said, "Oh, about 6 o'clock this morning." I said, "It is now 10 hours later. Why now? Why wasn't we called at 6:30 this morning?" It's just, you know, stuff like that, the mistreatment I see, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And I feel bad for our veterans, you know. They're not getting the proper care that they deserve. They went out there and put their life on the line,
Yep.
you know, and they deserve the best. They deserve, don't take this the wrong way, but I almost feel in a way they deserve better than you and I, you know, because they made a major sacrifice in their life for us, for our country, and I have a lot of respect for our veterans.
Oh, for sure.
And
I agree with
I
you
think that's
100%.
I think that's part of the reason why, you know, I look at all I do for my friend Don. You know, he spent 35 years in the military, and granted, yeah, not a lot of it was active combat or anything, but you know, still he served the country. So
Yeah, it's a whole screwed up system. But on some good news, TJ was on my show on.
I saw that. Sorry I
He's
missed
doing
it. I
good.
was busy Saturday night. Was that Saturday night or something?
Yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah, I do mine Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, he was on there, and he seems to be doing really good. So
How much longer did he say he's going to be there?
I think he's got another week. I think.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully it was helpful to him.
and he's only allowed his phone a couple hours a day, and that's it. And I kind of
Really?
asked him because I was curious. I was like, "So how did it feel not to have your cell phone in your hand all the time?" Because most of us have become accustomed to just having our phones with us all the time and
Oh, God,
reaching
yeah.
for it every 10, 20 minutes, you know, to look at it. And he was like, "Man, it's actually been really nice not it, you know, having that around and having that distraction." And
Yeah.
because,
What
like I
was
said,
his
as soon as he got there, they took his phone for the first 2 weeks he was there.
Really? Wow.
And then he said, I think that's what he said. And then he said, then they started allowing him to have it for 2 or 3 hours a day in the evening time to be able to call and talk to people and stuff like that. But yeah, he seems to be doing good.
That's oh shit. Got a little too close.
What's up, John? What's up, Dustin? Hey, your poor truck hasn't been getting much attention lately, has it?
Dude, I went and sat in it the other day in the garage. I'm like, I miss you. Yeah, poor truck. I'm like, oh, I miss you, man.
You're gonna use that more during the winter though, when the roads are bad, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what. Seriously, I really have. I know I've saved a couple $100, several $100 already in fuel.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, the amount of gas mileage and the amount of how big the tank difference is, there's no way you have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm working today. Well, I'm not working because it's just been raining here all day.
Oh,
I
shoot.
really can't do anything at the moment. I'm just sitting here waiting for this rain to pass. But it's not supposed to be out of here until about 1 p.m. So probably not going to get a whole lot done.
Well, hey guys, I'm here at work. I don't know where Paul went, but I got to go inside.
Have a good day, Ron.
You guys too, and we'll catch you another day.
Hey, Ron, thanks for coming in, buddy.
See you, Paul. Say hi to Lenny for me.
Okay, will do.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
JRC said, "Oh, a Matt sighting? What?" What's up, Nancy?
Nancy, good morning.
And Matt
Hey,
will not.
Nancy.
And Matt, I believe, will not be on this Friday night, so I'll cover for him again. So just let everybody know now.
What's he up to?
He's just been doing a lot of that flying for that studio. So every other Friday, he seems to be having to do that. So he's,
Well,
ever since,
I noticed a lot of guys have been pulling back a little bit too, and I understand that.
well, he's pulling back only because he's busy doing he's actually got side work he's doing
Yeah.
with drone stuff. Like Matt, other than that, Matt would be on YouTube like normal. He doesn't usually miss it unless it's something important. You know.
Nancy, what have you been up to? Anything?
The only other time Matt disappeared off YouTube for a couple months was when his dad passed away last year. Or was it the year? I think it was last year, the year before last. Matt was gone for about 2 months,
Yeah.
which is understandable. I mean, he was real close.
Oh, sure.
His mom was a trip, though, man. Oh my God, she is such a funny lady. You can tell that's where Matt got his personality from.
From his mom?
She watches Matt's shows, so what does that tell you?
Oh, yeah.
And you know how out of control his shows get sometimes.
Well, sorry, Nancy, to hear that you're up to no good. Maybe you ought to tell us about it.
Oh,
Bill
you.
Newfound, how you doing? Yeah,
Oh,
anybody that's looking for Paul Hodges, Paul is out and about. He's taking care of business and he's meeting some friends for coffee, and so he may or may not be on later today. We don't know.
Bill, I don't know if you should take that as an insult from him calling you a tinier channel. JRC's got Matt and Bill confused. He thought that was Matt for a minute.
Oh, wow. Bill in Newfound, they still have 8-foot snowbanks there.
Oh, man.
Ha! I mean, it's turned kind of cold here, but it's not, all the snow is gone.
What's up, Andy? Underground Tomas? Is that Tomas, or is that a different Tomas?
I don't know. I think it might be the same, but I'm not sure.
You got quite a few names in here that aren't in here very often that are popping in.
Yeah, here's the weather out in my driveway right now. It's just kind of meh. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah, it's 43 here and it's sunny, but still chilly.
Well, it's a little bit windy, as you can see the flag across the street flipping.
You're funny, Rod. Good to see Rod's back around on the chat scene.
Yep.
Hey,
Good morning, Rod. How you doing?
because he had been kind of very sparse ever since Jim from Above and Beyond disappeared. I haven't seen much of him either, but he's been back around quite a bit lately. I wish Jim would come back on Matt's. Matt's doing his 200th show here in the next few weeks, and it'd be really nice if Jim would come on there. We could
Well,
get
did
Jim
you
on.
drop him a note and tell him?
I mean, I'm sure Matt's trying to get up. I'll try to message him, but I don't know if he won't respond to it. A lot of people, so I don't know. I don't even know. Let me see if I should still have his number. Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah, Rod, I see, I was watching to see the launch of the Starship and it didn't go.
Was that Elon's?
Yeah,
Probably because all the damn weather lately. Last couple weeks has been pretty nasty down here. Certain areas. I saw China was talking about that they want to build a moon base in the next 10 years.
that wouldn't be good.
Well, that's why I think SpaceX needs to stop focusing so much on Mars, and they need to jump on the moon first, practice there, then expand out. Because the moon's so much closer. Like if they want to practice setting up a, facility, that'd be the place to do it. But Elon's like so focused on wanting to go to Mars, but that's still a big leap. I'm just curious about what propulsion system they have behind closed doors they've been working on.
Here's a quote from SpaceX. SpaceX scrubs launch. SpaceX is postponing the launch attempt. Said the flight director decided to stop the launch for today due to issues with the pressurization system in the Super Heavy booster. The company is scrubbing the launch attempt, but will continue the countdown until 10-second mark and get more data about loading the rocket with the propellant.
There's so many moving parts on those things, man. You got to be a lot of shit to go over for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I think, and I could be wrong about this, but I know the space shuttle, I want to say, had like 1 million moving parts or some shit on it. Like it was just ridiculously complex. The NASA space shuttles.
CBS News reported 14 hours ago that Russians defect to Ukraine to fight invasion.
That doesn't surprise me. They don't want to be there.
Yep. And the Metro reported 4 hours ago, Russian officials plan to sabotage Putin while he is receiving chemotherapy.
But
Oh,
you also saw that we had I want to say it was a special forces soldier that was American, and he defected to Russia. He went into Ukraine to fight, and then he ended up defecting to Russia. That was a big story about a month or so ago. Wonder what ever happened with the border thing with the cartels.
I don't know. That's the sad part of it is.
Because remember, they were going to label them as a terrorist organization, so they could like pretty much that would give the U.S. military like just an open invitation to just fucking start kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like they would actually be able to like do drone strikes and shit. Like it unlocks a whole bunch of like just different things that they would be allowed to do.
Right.
And because I know right after they announced that, the cartel literally came out publicly and apologized for killing those girls, because I think that they got scared at that point. It scared them because they realized that they were kind of going a little too far, to the point where now they were pushing.
Well, the sad part of it is if it's not a military that has strong controls, if you're more or less just a street gang, certain gang members would just overreact and do things they shouldn't be doing, and that gets everything all mucked up. Not that I would ever say that the cartel should be like a military, but it's just they got people on the street doing this and doing that and doing this, and where in the military you don't think for yourself, you think for the higher ups.
Well, they seem to have. Well, that's what they've pretty much militarized at this point, though. I mean, the government there does not have any control over anything. They're just a puppet government. Like,
well, if I were suggesting what to do on the border, I'd set up snipers every 100 yards, and when they start escorting these people across, and over, even if they're standing on the Mexican side, take them out. Boom, gone. Not the people coming across, but the people that are escorting them, the people that are transporting them, just take them out.
I mean, at this point, I would be for just invading Mexico at this point.
JRC, I used to have the Mini 2, the Mini 3, but I sold them and got rid of all of them. My number one flyer right now is the Air 2S, and my backup for night flights is the Autel Nano Plus.
I think he got which one did you get the other day, John? Was it the Mini 2 SE? I think he ended up getting the one bundle that we found that was like.
Oh yeah. He was talking about it. Did he get it?
Well, he messaged me and said, "What?" I think he said, "What do you?" He asked me what I thought about it. I said, "Oh, I'd jump on it. It's a good deal." And I think he said he was going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have the money, if you don't have, if you do have the money to go higher, I'll tell you the Air 2S is a fantastic flyer too, with the bigger camera, and it handles wind a lot better. But there's nothing wrong with the SE.
Well, the Mini 2 is that thing can handle wind pretty damn well too.
Yep.
And it has no problem. It would have no problem flying a ship for sure.
Right. So the only problem is the Mini 2 doesn't have the bigger camera, but that's neither.
And that's the thing, is the Mini 2 is not actually that much. I mean, the Air 2 and the Air 2S aren't that much more powerful than the Mini 2, because it only goes 4 miles an hour faster.
Yeah, but
At 42?
it just seems by all the flying I did with the Mini 2, the Mini 3, and the Air 2S. The Air 2S just seems to handle the wind better, more stable. Because I'm flying in winds that can gust up to 35 miles an hour. And if you're just casually flying, you just wouldn't go up in that kind of weather. But because I'm down on a mission to get you a ship or whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, he's sent out the minis before, John.
Yeah, the reason I kept the Mini 3 Pro, which was with the screen and everything, the reason I sold it was I was down on the water doing a ship video, and it was a little bit windy, and it got to a point where I was trying to come up the side of the ship to do my loop around the front, and it just stalled. I couldn't get around it, so I had to back off and go back around the other side. And it just it didn't handle the wind.
Because I've taken the Mini 2 up. When I had the Mini 2, I took it up plenty of times in 15, 18 mile an hour winds. And that thing cut right through it. And
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
really had any problems with
Well,
it.
it's rated to go 22 mile an hour winds, but the problem is that I get sometimes 25, 28, 30 mile an hour winds down there. And it just, if I go down there to fly a specific ship and I get it in the air and it doesn't perform, it just pisses me off.
Yeah, that Mini 2 though, it's a little beast of a drone for sure.
Yep.
You shouldn't have any problems with that thing.
You should be happy with that. And it at least gets you into knowing, what you're comfortable with and what do you want to fly. And if you decide to upgrade later on, then fine. But
Oh yeah, it's a good little travel drone for sure too.
yep.
Like I had a case for mine that held 3 batteries. It held the controller, all the accessories, everything. It was a little Skyreach case. I paid like $20 for it.
Yeah.
Like $25. And I mean, it was only as big as a clipboard. It wasn't very big. I mean, it was a small case, small compact case. You could easily stick it in a backpack or something, or a little small bag, no problem.
Yeah, and if you're used to flying with a phone on your controller, that's fine. But see, I used to fly the bigger drones, and I had a great big tablet on the top of the DJI controller, and so I didn't ever fly with my cell phone. Doesn't mean you can't. I just never did.
Because actually, one of the cases I sent Dustin, the one case that I sent with Dustin's Mini 1, that was a small little Skyreach case, and they're good little cases for the price.
Yeah.
Because like everybody likes the big, everybody talks about the big hard waterproof cases, but those things are bulky as hell. And if you're not,
it's like carrying a briefcase.
and if you're not somebody that's in an area, or if you're not somebody that's dealing with a wet environment all the time, there's really no need for a case like that. If you're somebody like Ray Kelly that's flying off of his boat all the time or something, that makes sense, because he sets his case in the bottom of the boat.
Yep.
And the water happens to splash up in the boat or something, that's where that kind of case would come in handy. But if you're somebody who's just going out for some flights in your car to a random location, you don't really need to go all crazy on a case like that,
Right.
because those things are expensive. You're talking about $100 to $200 for some of those cases. You can get a nice little fabric hard case for $20-$30.
Guys, thanks for having me. I'm gonna take off.
Okay, Dave, you take care. Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see, Dustin liked the case I sent him. He said it's nice. Yeah, it is. I really like the Skyreach stuff. They make some decent stuff. That and what's the other company? The one that I sent you the extension legs. Damn, I can't think of the name of the company. It was the ones I bought the extension legs from for the Mini One, because Dustin actually got quite a few accessories with his. I want to say I sent you, didn't I send you? I don't know if I sent him the NV filters or not. I can't remember if I gave those to him or if I sold those with the Mini 2. But yeah, I gave him extension legs. So he got quite a few little accessories. He got a sun visor for the gimbal and all that.
Yeah.
And then see those sun visors for the gimbals are actually really good, because if you happen to bump into something, it gives like a 1/4 inch or so between the gimbal and whatever that's hitting. So it can actually help protect your camera if you happen to, knock into something or, yeah, and I gave you, Yagi incentive, that was it. I had 3 batteries, Dustin, but I think when I sold the Mini 2, I have a feeling that I left the 3rd battery inside the Mini 2 and completely spaced off when I sold it to the guy. So he ended up with 4 batteries, because the Mini 2 could take either one of the batteries. I could not find that 3rd battery anywhere. And I think I might have left it in the Mini 2 when I sold it by accident. Yeah, but everything fits nicely in there. You can tuck all that stuff in under the controller, because under where the controller goes in the case, there's actually a little cutout that gives you a couple inches depth, and you can tuck stuff down inside there underneath the controller. But shit, those batteries are cheap anyway for the Mini 2s and the Mini 1s anyway. You can get those things for $30-$40. They're not expensive at all.
Good morning, Marshall. How you doing? We're just kind of just struggling along here, just chit chat.
Paul, do you know of any of your videos specifically that you flew with the Mini? Because I don't think you put that in the description or titles, do you?
No.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't be able to, John, only because he's got like fucking 3,000 videos on his channel. And I don't know if Paul would remember which one he flew with the Mini, to be honest with you.
No, and I don't keep record, handwritten record of. The Mini was a long time ago. The Mini.
Now, if he goes on my old channel, there's plenty of videos on there showing the Mini 2 and the Mini 1. Because I actually put that in some of the titles if he just wants to see what it looks like. I mean, there's plenty of footage online. If I'm sure if you put Mini 2 ship, actually on Matt's channel, he did fly a ship when he met up with Tim last year with the Mini 2. I don't know if he put it in the title of his video, but he did do one. Because he did that right after Ari gave him the Mini 2. When Ari sent him that Mini 2 and let him have it.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell you the
Yeah, I don't have any ship videos. I think I chased a couple boats, but I don't really have any ship videos like Paul does. But like I said, there's plenty of Mini 2 footage on YouTube. You can go look if you're just trying to see what the footage looks like.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look at.
I actually did there is a side-by-side video somewhere on my old channel, Drones 863, and I did a side-by-side video of the Air 2 and the Mini 2.
Well, the other thing you can do is on YouTube, you can go to, some guys did reviews of them comparison, The Mini 2.
And the Mini 1, there was nothing wrong with the original Mini 1. It was a little underpowered.
And it was a different controller.
Well, yeah, besides that, I'm just saying the drone itself, it was a little underpowered. And when they were designing it, they didn't put enough pitch.
Well, and the
It
Mini
was
1 was strictly Wi-Fi, wasn't it? It wasn't
Yeah.
Octus.
Yeah, it was Wi-Fi, which wasn't a bad thing because you could easily get 3/4 of a mile out of that thing.
Yeah, you could fly around. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it flew okay, but you didn't have any kind of distance out of it.
And but the major issue with that drone altogether was when they put the software for the drone in there, they didn't give the drone enough pitch when it was flying. So it struggled a little bit in the wind. So when they came out with the Mini 2, they redid the software because I'm assuming it's a software issue. They did it to where the Mini 2 would have a greater pitch when it would go into the wind. So it was able to fight the wind better. Oh, bite me, David. But yeah, I flew the Mini 2 a lot. That was actually a good little drone. And I had the Mini 1, the Mini 2, and the Air 2. And then I had the Tello, which that's not even nothing, but. And then I have the Spark. I still have the Spark. That's the only drone I have left. And the only reason I'm holding on to that one is because for some reason that's one of the drones that's like one of the older ones that is still it's still super sought out by people. People still like to collect those. And so I kind of been holding on to it just to see, if it gets worth any more later on. Because you know what, some of these GPS drones that don't have the remote ID built into them, they might become very, very more sought out after September. There might be a lot of people out there going to be like, screw that remote ID, I just want to fly, and then they might be willing to go on there and buy the older drones because they want, his video's better. Okay. You're talking about me. But, yeah, those drones I have a feeling are going to be more sought out by people because they don't have all that shit built into them. So we'll wait and see. Especially the older ones that don't have a lot of the geofencing though. Those are going to be even more sought out, I think. We'll have to wait till the remote ID fully kicks in and we'll see how. I have a feeling, and I could be wrong, but I have a feeling the older drones, I have a feeling the prices of them are going to skyrocket because people are going to want those because they don't have all that shit built into them. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going through a lot of my videos and I can't, there's no identifying.
Well, apparently David found a couple of them. He said he knows for sure those were videos that you used it in. Yeah. David said he knows your videos pretty well. It's just you have so many videos on your channel.
Yep.
And you don't really put any description. Maybe you should start doing that in the description, just putting what drone it is. Just put like Air 2S in the bottom. That's the thing is that if you had to go back and start digging through all your videos, shit, that'd take a whole day to do that.
Yep.
Because you got videos going back, what, like 12 years or something, or 10 years?
Yeah, a long time. A
Oh, yeah, and if you-
long time.
And John, if you edit like Matt does, the Mini 2, it takes phenomenal footage. If you do if you get into like the professional editing, like the color grading and stuff.
AZ has got listed up there two links. Let me what's the first one?
And I'm pretty sure he said those were your videos, I think.
Okay, here's and it's listed in the description. This is the Mini 2. Screen share. This is compliments of David looking it up. AZ. Screen share. There it is.
Oh yeah, you did put it on the.
I put it in the title. Yep. Okay, here we go.
And you got to remember too, John, that's him just shooting an auto too.
What I don't know is, hang on a minute. Stop share. I don't know if. Yeah, okay, so the buttons are clicked. Okay.
And like I said, you shot an auto too, so you didn't even do anything special to it.
No, it's all in
I've seen Matt's videos with the Mini 2 after he throws them through DaVinci, and that shit looks amazing.
This is just the St. Clair River. I went out. Must have been when I first got it. Heading into Lake Huron from the bridges. There's the Coast Guard station and the Fort Gratiot Lighthouse. No filters on it.
Now you got to get internet like mine, JDS. Would have been done in 2 minutes.
I'm flying from right here, I believe. Heading into the sun here.
Oh yeah, it's much more expensive JRC. You're talking another what, $500-600 David. You got the refurbished Mini 2 for $4 something. Oh yeah, he's only a couple minutes from the.
Yeah, AZ's got the Mini 3 Pro, and it is a nice. There's no doubt about it. Had it not been for the wind, I probably would have hung on to that drone.
Yeah, and he's only like 5 minutes from the waterfall.
Yep. Yeah. 5-10 minutes. About a mile. I'm just north of the bridge.
Oh my God, I need her to answer me. I need to get this paperwork already. Jesus.
Well, see that the reason that if you 469 is that AZ, is that the Pro package with the screen and the controller, or is that just the Mini 3? Because I'm a firm believer if you can stretch, get the Pro controller with the Mini 3. If you can't, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the old standard controller. In fact, I think I have.
Yeah, but you know what the good thing about the Mini 2 is? It doesn't have the remote ID built into it.
Here's the standard controller.
Well, see, and the difference between what he got and what
And
you
you
guys
just,
are talking about too is you don't get all the accessories anymore with it. You don't get the bag and all that shit.
you don't get the extra batteries and all that kind of stuff. Yep. But that's the standard controller. I've never used that. That's a new controller that I got with the Air 2S, and I've never used it because I'm using a smart controller with it.
Yeah,
See,
because
it's
now,
still got a full battery.
yeah, because now they want to charge you for the bag and
Yep.
fucking every stupid little thing now. When it all used to come in one bundle and it was just one price.
Regular controller. Okay. Yep. AZ. That's what I kind of thought. But AZ, wouldn't you? I mean, the Mini 3 is a great flyer. What do you think about the difference between just the Mini 3 versus the Mini 3 Pro with that Pro controller? Would you recommend, if you can stretch, go to that? If not, just get the Mini 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you get the controller if you couldn't?
You've flown them, you know.
I mean, if you could afford to get the controller, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's so much more convenient than fucking hauling your cell phone around.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit bigger than this. It's about this much bigger, and it's got a screen down here.
And John, I don't know if you got a holder for your phone for the controllers, but you might want to order one of those. Depending on what size your phone is, because a lot of the newer phones, like the Samsungs and iPhones, they won't fit.
See,
in
there's
that
what you
controller.
got. There's what you got for holding it, which, you can't put a very big phone in there.
Yeah, if you're using a tablet or a Samsung or iPhone, you might want to order a holder for the controller, because most of them don't fit in that controller.
Right.
Because that was a stupid thing too, is like, the one thing that pisses me off about these controllers too, not the smart ones, but the non-smart controllers, is they never designed them to hold phones with cases. And we all know everybody puts cases on their phones these days, and they never compensate for a case. So you would have to sit there, if you didn't have the special, if you didn't have that phone holder that would go into the controller that would hold any size phone or tablet, you would have to sit there and take your damn case off just to get it to fit in there.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't have one of those phone holders already, I would probably jump on Amazon and order one real quick. You can find them as cheap as $10 to $20. They're not very expensive. You don't need a crazy expensive one. You can find them relatively cheap. Just put in Air 2, phone holder for Mini 2 controller. And the one thing is too, yeah, it's not going to fit in there, John. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to fit between those up in the antenna area. If they would have extended those antennas on those controllers another inch, most phones would have been able to fit in those things. But they made it just a little bit too short. Plus, it's actually are at, which is kind of nice. And your hands kind of tuck up underneath where the phone's at. So it kind of puts the phone right in your face.
Well, this is interesting. Is this the one he bought? I'm gonna screen share it.
It was a he said he paid $3 something for it.
387.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one right there. Certified refurbished. 3 batteries.
And look up a phone holder real quick. I just want to see if you just put in DJI Mini 2 phone holder. It should pop up some shit, some different styles of it. So yeah, he just needs like one of those there.
Yep. And this is just extends it, you know.
Yeah, but the first one there,
Yep.
those ones are pretty nice. Like they fold up flat and they can fit in the case, but it will hold the phone up above your hands, so your hands are kind of tucked underneath, and it kind of displays the phone right there. But yeah, how much? Yeah, $17. They're not expensive.
How much is the Mini 3? Here's a Mini 3 with the remote and the bag, $459. And here's the Mini 3 DJI RC remote, includes case, certified refurbished, for $599. Wow.
Well, like I said, he does have some advantages though to the Mini 2. It doesn't have the remote ID built in. Because that's why I said I have a feeling the older drones are going to become more expensive and more sought out, because you're going to have a lot of pirate type pilots out there that they're not going to want to use that remote ID. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of them buying the older drones because they won't have to deal with that. Because all like the Mini 3 and the Mavic 3s, and I even think, doesn't the Air 2S? Yeah, all those have it already built into it.
That's a heck of a buy right there. Because I think I paid I got a buy on it when I bought it, but this doesn't have the Pro. It doesn't have the extra batteries and all that kind of stuff. But
right.
I think
So by the time
I paid like $1,000.
Well, I'm saying by the time you buy the extra batteries to build a Flymore kit, you're probably going to spend at least $700-800.
Yep.
By the time you buy in order to build, if you want a full Flymore type kit, you're going to spend quite a bit of money. Yeah, but I think with theirs, David, I think you only get 2 batteries, right? Because I want to say the Costco bundles only ever came with 2 batteries. I could be wrong though. I know they redid their bundles, I think, a few months back, and I think they're starting to come with 3 batteries now. But Costco always had their own custom bundles that DJI did for them. But a lot of them usually only came with 2 batteries.
But it'd be worth checking out.
Yeah, because the Costco, I remember that, because a lot of the Costco bundles were always about $50-80 cheaper, but they always only came with like 2 batteries. They were so, but that was only like a $50 difference when you would go buy an extra battery. So it kind of equaled out. Come with the SD card. Yeah, see, I was right. 2 batteries, bag, and SD card. Cause I noticed that with the Costco bundles, they were always 2 batteries, but they were about $50 to $80 cheaper than if you bought the full bundle. It's because they were taking the cost off by not having that extra battery in it. But shit, most people can get away with 2 batteries just fine. I mean, like I said, most people, when they go out and fly by themselves, they don't sit and burn through 10 batteries on their drone. Most people, a lot of people will just fly 1 battery, get 10, 15 minutes worth of footage, and then they're out. And then they go home and then they chop it up and pull what they want out of it. Oh, you don't get no bag? What's up, Wayne? Oh, David, I got a hold of Robert too, Glazier. He said he's just been busy, but he appreciated us reaching out to him, checking on him. He's just been busy doing his own thing.
See, I would buy just a Mini 3 Pro. Again, if as long as I didn't have to buy all the accessories with it, because I don't think it'll fly with my He
said, I'm gonna shit can the Hudson and use that bag. Well, and that's the one thing you have to ask somebody when they say, what drone should I buy? The first thing you should ask them is, what's your budget? Then you give them your recommendation, because some people will just be like, oh, go out and buy the latest one. Well, how do you know they can afford that, right? You always ask them, what's your budget? And then you give them your recommendation on which one within that budget. Because not everybody can afford to just go out and buy whatever one they want.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are on budgets, you know, whether it's $400, $1,000, whatever. And then there's a handful of people like David. It doesn't really matter. Like, if he wants the latest one, he has the ability to go get it. So that's the first thing I always ask somebody is, what's your budget? And then I'll give them the recommendation. Yeah, I talked to him yesterday, David. But he told me he appreciated us reaching out to him. I don't like their bags. The bags are nice, David. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't like them either. I don't feel like those bags are. I wouldn't want to stick $1,000 drone or even a $500 drone in one of those DJI bags.
In a DJI.
The minute you sit down on that thing by accident or something, you're going to break something in there. You know, or somebody accidentally throws something on top of it, or, I mean, there's so many different scenarios where that could go bad. That's one of the reasons why I always went with those Skyread cases. They were small, hard fabric cases, and they weren't very expensive. You know, you'd spend between $20 and $40 on them, depending on what drone it was, and it was a decent bag, a decent case. But for the bags themselves, they were nice bags, but like they'd probably be good for like camera lenses and stuff like that. They were made good little camera bags, but I definitely wouldn't want to put my drone in there. I actually gave all those bags. I had like 3 or 4 DJI bags, which I wish I would have kept a couple of them just to have them for whatever. Because they were nice little bags to just throw shit into, just random shit. But I actually gave them all away at the first drone meetup as prizes because they were all brand new and still had the tags on them. I mean, they were nice for what they were, but like I said, I wouldn't want to put my drone in them because when you first buy the drones, everything's all nice and compact in there. It looks like it will hold it, but the minute you take all the packaging from all the different things in there out, it's like everything just moves loose in there, you know. Especially guys like Ron and shit that ride on their bikes and throw those things in saddlebags and stuff. I wouldn't want that bouncing around in there for sure. Like I said, I wish I would have kept a couple of them though, just to have them, because they do make little good bags for other stuff. But yeah, some of these drones that were like $2,000-3,000, you think that DJI would have went ahead and fronted for a good hard case for them instead of giving you a fucking $20 bag that they built in China. All right, Paul. Unfortunately, I got to jump off here.
Yeah, okay, well, I think we're gonna call it. Everybody, thanks for being here. We'll
See you later.
you again next time. Bye for now. AZ, thanks for the help. Wayne B, good morning. And good luck, Mr. JRC.